Hi everybody, Laura from Green Tree with another sample for you. Today we're going to do something kind of fun. I don't know if you've heard about spiralizing before, but spiralizing is the process where you take one of these, this is zucchini. You can actually do this with other types of vegetables as well. It's really popular with sweet potatoes. You can do carrots as long as it's a big enough carrot, or even, I suppose, if you wanted to keep it raw, you could do a seedless cucumber. But in this case, we're taking zucchinis and turning them into zoodles, zucchini noodles. This is something that we have at the co-op now, and I don't know if you've ever tried a spiralizer. I do actually have a spiralizer at home, and I never seem to get around to using it. So this just kind of saves you that step. We've already taken the noodles, taken the zucchinis and turned them into noodles for you. So zucchini noodles are actually really kind of a versatile way to replace pasta. It cuts way down on the amount of carbohydrates that you're eating, but you can still get all of that delicious pasta sauce and topping into your mouth using them. So we've got them a couple different ways today. You can either take the zucchini noodles and just use them raw, or you can cook them to get something that's a little softer and a little more pasta-like in texture. For our raw option, these are just these noodles, the whole raw noodles, tossed with a lovely sun-dried tomato dressing. So this is almost more of a salad flavor. You can see this is the dressing, the Organicville sun-dried tomato garlic dressing. That is one of the ways to cook your zucchini noodles. I'll get into that in a minute, but the dressing is actually doing that part for us. Our pre-cooked option right here, you can see they aren't quite as rigid and they kind of blend into the sauce a little more. These are zucchini noodles with a arugula pesto, which we do have recipes here for, and I will be putting those recipes on the website later as well. So the multiple ways that you can cook your zucchini noodles. You can either go raw and use the dressing, or you can pre-cook them in one of two ways. For these, the raw ones, we have opted for a vinegar dressing. So basically what you're doing is you're adding an acid to the zucchini noodles, and that's going to kind of soften them up and do a little bit of cooking for you. In this case it's vinegar, but you could also use lime juice, lemon juice, even something that had a lot of tomato in it, but basically some kind of a natural acid. Hi Christopher, that's our deli manager. He's the one who made the pesto for us actually. But you're getting some kind of a natural acid that's going to soften up your noodles, and that's what we did with these, the raw version. I'm using a lot of air quotes today, sorry about that. And then the cooked version, so what we did with these was actually blanch them. You don't really want to straight up boil your zucchini noodles because they will just disintegrate the way that an overcooked zucchini does. So what we did was basically bring water up to boiling, drop them in, leave them in that water for less than a minute, and then you put them in cold water to stop the cooking process. That'll get them a little bit softer, a bit more like a noodle texture, without overcooking them to the point where they dissolve. You can also cook them directly in a broth or a soup, the way that you would do with ramen, and leave them in that broth. So then you just put them in when all of your other ingredients are ready, and leave them in for maybe 2 minutes before you go to eat them. So that's another way that you can cook them. And then finally, you can actually saute them directly in the pan. Unlike regular conventional pasta, you don't have to worry about adding extra liquid. The zucchini will actually, like anybody who's ever cooked one of these guys know, as you apply heat, they will give off a lot of extra liquid. So they'll do the same thing as noodles. So if you put them in a pan and saute them, you actually want to add a minimal amount of moisture to your sauce and your other types of cooking liquids. You want to stick more with dried herbs and spices, thicker sauces like a pesto that aren't going to contribute a lot of additional moisture to the saucing, because the zucchinis are going to do some of that themselves. So those are kind of the basics of zucchini noodles, or any kind of spiralized vegetable really, just because when you add heat to vegetables, they give off liquid. So you can saute, you can do a quick blanch, you can cook them right in your liquid if you're doing a soup or a ramen type dish, or you can go ahead and just have them raw with a little bit of an acid added to soften them up. I've got two different kinds here that you can taste today. We've got these down here all the time if you want to come in and try them on your own someday. And I'll be here till about 5:30. Hope you're having a fabulous afternoon and that you learned something new about spiralizing. Bye.